Hello guys, today I am going to discuss about nucleosynthesis of the element. The earliest stars resulted from the gravitational condensation of clouds of hydrogen and helium atoms. This gave rise to high temperatures and densities within them, and fusion reactions begin as nuclei merge together. Energy is released when light nuclei fuse together to give element of higher atomic number. Nuclear reactions are very much more energetic than normal chemical reaction because the strong force which bind protons and neutrons together is much stronger than the electromagnetic force that binds electrons to nuclei. Whereas a typical chemical reaction might release about 10 to the power 3 kilojoule per mole, a nuclear reaction typically releases a million times more energy than 10 to the power 3 kilojoule per mole. Elements up to atomic number 26 were formed inside stars. Such elements are the product of nuclear fusion reaction, referred to as nuclear burning. The burning reaction, which should not be confused with chemical combustion, involved hydrogen and helium nuclei and a complicated fusion cycle, catalyzed by Cosmos-like carbon nuclei, and used non-catalyzed hydrogen burning. Nucleosynthesis reactions are rapid at temperature between 10 to 5 mK, where 1 mK is equals to 10 to the power 6 K. Here we have another contrast between chemical and nuclear reaction because chemical reactions take place at temperature 100,000 times lower. Moderately energetic collision between species can result in chemical change, but only highly vigorous collision can provide the energy required to bring about more nuclear processes. Heavier elements are produced in significant quantities when hydrogen burning is complete, and the collapse of stars core raises the density there to 10 to the power 8 kg per meter cube, about 10 to the power 5 times the density of water, and the temperature to 100 mK. Under this extreme condition, helium burning becomes viable. The high abundance of iron and nickel in the universe is consistent with these elements having the most stable of all nuclei. This stability is expressed in terms of the binding energy, which represent the difference in energy between the nuclei itself and the same number of individual protons and neutrons. This binding energy is often presented in terms of a difference in mass between the nucleus and its individual proton and neutron, because according to Einstein's theory of relativity, mass and energy are related by E is equals to mc square, where c is the speed of light. Therefore, if the mass of a nucleus differs from the total mass of its components by del m is equals to mass of nucleons minus mass of nucleus, then its binding energy is del m c square. The binding energy of iron, for example, is the difference in energy between the iron nucleus and 26 protons and 30 neutrons. A positive binding energy corresponds to the nucleus that has a lower, more favorable energy than its constituent nucleon. The given graph shows the binding energy per nucleon obtained by dividing the total binding energy by the number of nucleons for all the elements. Iron and nickel occurs at the maximum of the curve, showing that their nucleons are bound more strongly than in any other nuclide. Harder to see from the graph is an alternation of binding energies as the atomic number varies from even to odd, with even Z nuclides slightly more stable than their odd atomic neighbors. There is a corresponding alteration in cosmic abundance, with nuclides of even atomic number being marginally more abundant than those of odd atomic number. This stability of even atomic nuclide is attributed to the lowering of energy by the pairing of nucleons in the nucleus.